Howdy, my name's Dylan. This is my 2002 Toyota 4Runner. Tonight we're going camping, solo camping. I decided I wanted to go fishing tomorrow morning, nice and early. And instead of waking up 30 minutes before I wanted to get there and driving all the way down there, I thought it would just be a better idea if I slept there and woke up and just started fishing. So that's what we're gonna do. And I also thought, you know what, this is a great opportunity to answer some questions about what I do and how I do it. So we're doing a little Q&A video today. All right, we just pulled up to camp. I already ate dinner at home. It's about 8:45 right now, so I mean, you can't really tell, it's still super bright out, but we're just gonna sit down a chair and get ready for this good old Q&A. Hello. Let's chat. Let's answer some of these burning questions that y'all have for me. Okay, I took to Instagram and YouTube to pull some questions that I can answer for you about traveling, my life, I don't know, whatever you want, really. So I have a list of just about all the questions, all the appropriate ones, of course. And let's get to it. So first of all, we have a lot of people that ask me just like the basic get to know you questions. So I'll just go over all of them really quick. My name's Dylan Squire. I love traveling. I love getting out there. I love fishing. I just like being outside. This is like my dream. I love doing this stuff. 22 years old. I just graduated college last December. Graduated with a degree in marketing. I've been using it for this channel and a couple of other things, but yeah, I had a great time. What do I do for work? I do so much for work. I guess this now has become somewhat of an avenue of income for me. I'm working on some cool things, and when this video comes out, I will officially be monetized on YouTube, which is pretty fun. What a time to be alive. But I also am a music teacher. I teach private music lessons, guitar, bass, music production, music theory, songwriting, all that fun stuff at a nice little private studio academy thing in Salt Lake Valley. And I'm sure if you're here, you've probably also heard that I have a band that I make music for, and that is just a dream come true. I mean, whoever thought that making music would be something that I could pursue? So that's been awesome as well. Next question we have is, what are the next mod/plans for the 4Runner? Amazing question. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but nothing for a pretty long time. I've always held the belief that me pursuing like cool gear and fancy equipment and stuff, that's not the real reason why I'm out here. So I try to keep my setup as minimalistic as possible. Obviously I splurge on some things like my cool wheels and tires. They're cool, can't lie. And the roof rack it's not 100% necessary because I was using the stock roof rack for a pretty long time, but I do get a substantial increase in miles per gallon, especially on the highway. So, you know, all of the mods that I've done to my car are more tasteful and stylistic that benefit me as well, more than anything else. I mean, I needed to replace my tires anyways. The wheels are probably the only thing that I did that were purely aesthetic. So next question is, what is my dream setup? Are you ever planning on getting rid of the 4Runner? I don't think so. I don't think I'm ever planning on getting rid of the 4Runner or parting ways with it or anything like that. I love this thing. Obviously there could be a chance that I would need to get rid of it. Maybe it's space, maybe it's opportunities, maybe it's just a lack of use in the future. But for the foreseeable future, this thing will be mine until it eventually craps out and dies, which could be another 5 to 10 years. Who knows? These Toyotas, they just run forever, you know? All right, the next question. Why did you start your YouTube channel? What is the end goal with all this? Do you have a dream setup in mind? Yes, I sure do. And I guess I didn't answer that part of the last question. But yeah, the dream setup, I think in the end is going to be probably a nice big truck, either a Tacoma or a Tundra. I will always stay on the Toyota train for as long as I live. And probably a camper on the back, or at least some sort of a some sort of a more permanent fixture. What do they call it? Third home, second home? Like, I don't know, but like a camper on the back. I don't think van life is for me because I don't think I'd want to like stay in a van. I think I just want to like do little weekend trips, maybe like a week long trip, or maybe even a month. Who knows? But the fact of the matter is, if I were to get like a van, it wouldn't be able to do some of the off-roady things that I like. It would be pretty impractical for a lot of different things as opposed to the traveling. And I actually do use my 4Runner for all sorts of other stuff, like, I don't know, driving around. And driving with just a van around is not really the dream lifestyle of mine. I have a lot of plans and goals. But yeah, so a truck with a camper on the back would be awesome. Love to, maybe work with a company that outfits them personally and like figure out something that maybe we make the truck a flatbed and build it out so it's like fly fishing and a kitchen and all that stuff. I think it would be super fun. Who knows what the future is going to hold though. That's just a dream of mine. Honestly, the reason I started my YouTube channel was because I love documenting my life. I think it's so fun. I took an interest in journaling when I was younger, and I hate to say that I just suck at writing. So documenting in video is more of a thing that I'm comfortable with, and more of something that I can express myself artistically too. Everybody knows I make music in the band Cutie, but once that started becoming more of a jobby sort of thing, I started looking for other avenues of creativity. And, this channel became the creative outlet to my then creative outlet, which is really fun. And now this is turning into something that is more than just a creative outlet. So mission accomplished, I guess. I think as far as the long-term vision for this channel, I honestly had no idea where things are going to go. But as far as what I'd like right now, here's everything that I dream to do in my life. Truck camper, obviously, lots of fly fishing adventures, lots of hiking, backpacking, traveling. I'd love to see, North America in all of its glory, and, the rest of the world for that matter. But I'd also like to kind of settle down into a woodsy space. I mean, something like this would be incredible. This place is awesome. And create like kind of a cabin homestead sort of life. I want to have a wood shop because I love woodworking. That's something that I gave up after high school, and it's such a big barrier of entry. I can't get back into that. So I'd love to get back into woodworking. I'd love my own shop. I like building stuff. Doing my own maintenance on my car is one of the reasons I got this thing in the first place. And I haven't been able to do a ton of it, but I have been a little bit. So that's something I've also loved to do, like a big barn dominium. I don't know. I could go on about this dream vision lifestyle that I've built for myself, but that's just a little too boring. Tracy says, I have $100 to spend on camping. What should I buy? That's a great question. Let's assume you have nothing. That's kind of what it sounds like. Well, first of all, look used, because that's going to be the best bang for your buck. It might be a little torn, a little maybe damaged at the very least, but it's always good to reuse, plus you're getting it at a discount. Really, the three things that you absolutely need when it comes to camping is a big shelter, so like a tent or a tarp. If you know how to tarp camp, amazing. Sleeping bag and a pad. Those are like the three essentials. You gotta have them. So I would start and focus your $100 in there somewhere. Gary says, why a rooftop tent? Seems like a waste of money since you can just sleep on the ground. Gary, you are absolutely right. It is a waste of money. But it's my awesome waste of money that I love so dearly. I love my rooftop tent. It's got a memory foam mattress in it. It's cozy, it's off the ground, it's water resistant. It's really just an amazing piece of equipment. Now, don't get me wrong, it is very limiting because it's stuck on my car. I can't backpack with my rooftop tent. Plus it weighs like 200 pounds. I can't just do that. But I think the convenience and the use that I get out of it far outweighs the overall cost of having this thing in the first place. I paid $900 for it. Honestly, I think that's one heck of a deal, especially since I use it like once a week, maybe twice a week. I don't know. I love it though. I have a great time. Plus, the aura, dude. I just feel so cool when I sleep in that thing. Mackenzie says, why do you travel alone instead of with friends? Don't you get lonely? Yeah, that's a great question. A lot of my friends are just busy. I'm starting to get to the age where my friends are getting married. I have a couple of old high school associates that are having kids soon. It's just people's lives become busy, and you're not able to see people as much anymore. And the reason I started this in the first place was to get out of my comfort zone a bit, and to finally do the things that I've wanted to do without waiting for other people's approval and all that stuff. Within the past couple of years, a lot's changed in my life, and I started just trying to be more comfortable doing things by myself. Ooh, a little bug. And one of those things was just, ooh, ooh, ooh. One of the things that I wanted to try and do was just be more comfortable being alone. And solo camping was the end goal, or not end goal, was the end result of all of my efforts. So it's kind of fun. I do enjoy it a lot, though. Follow-up question, basically. Do you get scared when you're camping alone? I heard too many noises when I went for the first time, and I went home. It's too scary for me. I can't do it. Yeah, no, that's valid. I have gone home a few times. There was that video that I did a couple months ago when I camped in a windstorm. I went home then because I was just really not having it. I couldn't sleep a wink. It was 4 a.m. I had stuff to do the next day. I was like, dude, like, let me just sleep in until 10, get my 6 hours, which is probably more than I deserved, quite honestly. Like, let me just do that. So I drove home. It wasn't a crazy drive. It was like 30, 40 minutes. Slept for 6 hours, woke up at 10, got my day on. Everything's fine. And even the first time I tried solo camping was a whole year ago before I even made this channel. And yeah, that ended in a disaster. I got scared out of my mind. So yes, it happens. I get scared. But the more you do it, the less scary it is. You just have to stick it through that first night. And then you kind of, you wake up and you say, wow, that really wasn't that bad. And yeah, life goes on and it gets a lot better. What are your top 3 destinations for your travel? Yeah, good question. Yosemite, never been. I'm going to retract that statement. Maybe I have been, because I thought I'd been to the Tetons, or I hadn't been to the Tetons before, and apparently I was wrong. If you saw my apology video, that was funny. My mom took me when I was a wee little 4-year-old lad. I had no idea. I couldn't remember that. So, Yosemite, I would love to. I've been to Alaska once. I'd love to really get into it. Hike around Denali. I'd love to fish Alaska. Oh my gosh. And I'd love to get up in Montana. I don't think I've ever been to Montana. Again, don't quote me on that. But I've always really kind of wanted to go and explore, fish, do all the fun stuff there. So Montana, Yosemite, Alaska. There you go. All right, the next question. This one's a good one. Advice for dating while living on the road. I have been on the road for 6 months, and I have a very difficult time meeting people and striking up relationships/dating. Get. How do you do it? Okay, first of all, you're asking the wrong person. I don't do it. Let's be super honest. I'm a single dude, and traveling doesn't help my singleness one bit. So not only are you asking the wrong person, you're in the complete wrong business for this. Solo travel is done solo. And I do get it. It is nice to kind of have a relationship, or, you know, whatever you're looking for. But there are benefits and drawbacks to doing travel stuff like this. And one of the big drawbacks is the lack of social and romantic interaction that you get. So I think if you are interested in a connection, maybe don't solo travel. Next question. When a destination is days away, what's the alternative for a hotel? Do you find camping spots on the way? Also, how do I not smell? Good question. I think the biggest thing to ask yourself is, are you going to be camping in the park or wherever your destination is, not the park? He was specifically referring to the Tetons. If your destination is days away and you're planning on camping there, what's stopping you from camping on the way? Go look at BLM land. Go look at dispersed camping. Maybe you have to buy a campsite. That's going to be cheaper than a hotel anyways. What's crazy is these bugs, I'm recognizing them as PMDs. Pale morning dawn. That's because I fly fish now. If saving money is the goal, you're camping. You're camping. Dispersed camping, campsite camping, stealth camping, whatever it is. If the goal is saving money, you are camping. That's just how it is. No hotel or Airbnb is going to be cheaper than that. But obviously, this is your trip, dude. You want to spend a little money, you want to get a nice little hotel, especially on the way back. I feel like that'd be pretty nice. Then do it. Be my guest. I mean, it's your trip, not mine. And the last part of that, also, how can I not smell? Truck stops, public showers, which exist at a lot of national parks. There are also, you can get gym memberships, you can get day passes to gyms. Like, let's say your trip is 5 days long, realistically, you can shower probably 2 days and get away with it pretty well. So it just takes planning. I think I talked about it a little bit in the how to travel for dirt cheap video, but the best way to do this kind of stuff is to be a good planner, which easier said than done. Next question, what camera do I use? I just upgraded the Uinta video that I did, the failed catch and cook. That was the first video that I used this camera on. It is the Sony ZV-E10 Mark II. It is so incredible. I love this thing. Before I was using the Sony ZV-1, and apparently this is just like the big professional version of that camera, which is perfect because I actually really loved that interface and the style and everything. And it's been awesome. I've loved it so far. And rest in peace, the ZV-1. That thing was a vlogging camera, so not really designed for the stuff that I like to do, but it was a phenomenal camera. It did really well, and it got me started, and now I have a cool cinematography camera. Next question. What is your next purchase equipment-wise? I kind of decided that I wanted to lean more into fly fishing, especially while, I'm halfway through the summer, and I have not caught nearly as much fish as I have wanted to. And part of the reason that is because I can't get to spots as well since I don't have waders. So I think my next purchase is going to be a pair of waders. Very necessary. I just need to get out there. And it's pretty tricky to do that when the water's freezing and my sandals can only get me so far. All that jazz. I'm getting a pair of waders, hopefully soon. All right, this is the last question. How do you do so much? Do you really take hobby maxing to heart? Yes. YouTube and Instagram bio is hobby maxing, I think. I meet with a group of friends pretty frequently, I think like once a week, to talk about our goals and the systems we're putting in place to achieve as much as we can. And I personally decided that I needed something to chase over the summer. And like, yeah, I can chase YouTube subscribers or Instagram followers or like that lame stuff, or I can chase an idea of something that I want to be. So I said, hey, you know what? This idea, the dream me, is somebody who does everything. So then I, through and through found the term hobby maxing, and I said that right there is perfect. So that's where that whole thing came from. And I really started taking it more and more seriously as time goes on. I don't really want to be in a life where I haven't tried it. Fly fishing, something I never thought I'd be into, but I said, you know what, let's try it. Let's just see how it goes. And sure enough, it ended up being fly fishing ended up being one of my favorite hobbies, something that I look forward to doing every single time I plan a little trip or travel anywhere. I'm fly fishing. I love it. Even though I'm horrible at it, I love it so much. So I think, especially when it comes to things like hobbies or activities, trying something new is never going to hurt you in any sort of way. You're either going to love it or figure out really quickly that it's just not for you. And there are so many things that you can try. Pickleball, guys, come on. Pickleball's fun. I don't take it seriously like I do other things, but it's still fun. In my notes, I have a note called Chad Hobbies. This is great. It's, I don't know if you can see this, it's a long list of all my hobbies rated from most to least important to me personally, and how often I'd like to do them per week. So like camping at the top, fly fishing, climbing, something I've gotten back into, fixing up my car, videography, backpacking, cooking, hiking, pickleball, mountain biking, skating, all of this stuff. And the list goes on. But I think planning, I've said it once, I've said it a million times. If you want to get out and do more, you got to plan. You got to plan to figure out how much you're going to spend, how much time, all of that fun stuff. So all in all, if you want to do more, you got to be a good planner. All right, everybody, thank you so much for this Q&A. Maybe we'll do another in like 6 months or 4 years or something like that. But thank you for everyone that has submitted a question. And I appreciate it. Hopefully it helps a little bit. And if you have anything else, I always answer stuff in the comments or any of that jazz. This is also a phenomenal time to tell y'all about the sponsor for today's video, which is nobody. So if you want to support the channel, the best way to do so is by listening to the band Cutie on Spotify and Apple Music. That's Cutie. Go check it out. And if you like what you hear, Maybe you'll come see us at a show. Maybe you'll buy merch at cutiemusic.com. Whatever the case is, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. And thank you for listening. Let's get back to the video now. Now, what's so wild about summertime, especially in Utah, late July as well, is it's 9:15 and it's still bright outside. You can still see the mountains super well. All right, I don't know if you can tell, but it's getting properly dark. I'm going to hit the hay in the good old rooftop tent, and tomorrow we're gonna do some amazing fishing. Hopefully I catch some stuff. I just went to the fly shop today to get stuff so that I could hopefully be more successful on the river tomorrow. We'll see how that goes though. I will see y'all tomorrow. Sleep so good. It's 2:47 in the morning. I woke up to a bright light. It was just on and off super fast. And my first thought was, is somebody taking a picture of me? And then I heard thunder. So nobody's taking a picture of me. But I don't know if you know this. Don't stay in a rooftop tent if you hear thunder. You get in your car. So yeah, no, rain was not on the forecast tonight, and I'm not ill prepared. I'm sure not super prepared for any rain, let alone a thunderstorm. So yeah, we're gonna try and sleep in here for the rest of the night. I think I should be fine. I mean, like 3 hours, and I checked the weather. I don't really have any service, but there shouldn't be a thunderstorm, so I can't imagine it should last very long, since I shouldn't have one in the first place. But alas, here we are in a thunderstorm. Good morning. We did it. We made it through the night. It's 6:15 right now. Alarm just went off. I slept the rest of the night in the passenger seat. It was pretty uncomfy, but I slept, which is better than the alternative, which is no sleep. Anyways, yeah, no rain forecast last night. Here we are. Crazy work. I left my chair out, which kind of stinks because now that's going to be wet. And hopefully the damage is not too bad, moisture-wise. We're going to find out. I don't think it should be too bad. And I know you're just dying to know my sleep score. Let's find out. 71. It said, fair. Interrupted at about 2:40. Interrupted, man. Who would have guessed? All right, let's go catch some fish. Oh, we got a puddle. Yikes. Well, we have good news and bad news, everybody. The good news is that everything inside the tent is completely dry, which honestly surprises me just a tiny bit. But the bad news is that the outside of the tent isn't quite as water resistant as I thought, which means we're going to have to dry this out. And unfortunately, due to my lack of preparation for the rain, I don't have any way to dry this off, which means I think we're just going to have to put it down and then put the tent back up once I get home. But I think it's also supposed to not be super sunny and hot, so who knows how this is going to dry out. But the morning is actually really nice. It's a tiny bit chilly, which is something I didn't really expect too much. But alas, it's time for the fish. Speaking of fish, check out this cool brown trout crew neck that somebody gave me. Shout out Patches and Pottery for this amazing brown trout crew neck. And hopefully I'll go catch a brown trout today. All right, we're packed up. We're ready to rumble. No soggy wet B-roll because it's soaking and muddy outside, but we will catch a fish. All right, we are all set up and ready to go. We're gonna tie on a tiny little pheasant tail. We're gonna see how that does for a little bit, and then we're gonna get more precise as the time goes on. I better catch something today. I'm gonna see if I can snag one of those guys in there. All right, 2 hours and I still haven't gotten anything. This is getting frustrating. Holy smokes, dude. I wouldn't say that I'm a good fisherman. Well, obviously not after the last few days. But I just feel like I'm doing everything the way I'm supposed to. Nothing's happening. I'm matching the hatch. I'm using the right size bugs. Like, I'm doing everything. And still nothing. And even those fish I showed earlier, I would set the fly perfectly, like upstream. It would come down right in front of their face. They'd go, ah, and then psych, nope, no bite. So it's just, I'm getting pretty frustrated with the lack of fish that I've caught the last month, both in the Tetons and on the Provo. I would really love to know what I'm doing wrong. If anyone has any advice for me, please share it. I need it. Ladies and gentlemen, I have again been defeated by the Provo River. This place sucks, dude. I'm never fishing here again. I probably will. Man, next fishing adventure is going to be up probably in the Uintas, where I'm much more likely to catch something because it's more skill dependent unless you get crazy lucky. But this is going to be the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for answering all the questions. Drop a comment, subscribe, do all the things. I always have so much fun doing this, and it blows my mind that now 2,000 people are watching me just have a great time and everything. So thank you so much, and I'm gonna catch you all in the next video. Peace out.